The film starts with Liam Og Mo Chara describing the story of the birth of his best friend, Naish. Naish was being brought to the forest by his mother Dolores to join his father Arlo, but the ceremony was interrupted since the authorities went after Arlo due to his IRA ties. As youths, Liam and Noishe sell drugs. Arlo had faked his death 10 years earlier to avoid captivity, but Noishe knows he is still alive and occasionally visits him. Noishe still retains a sense of Irish pride, despite anger at his father for leaving. During a party, cops arrive to bust the place up. Noishe gets away, but Liam is arrested.
I learned what it's like getting bitten by a dog waked on MDMA.
At the station, he is harassed by cops into speaking English when he is choosing to speak his indigenous Irish language.
I mean, Arlo was right about one thing.
Detective Ellis brings in a teacher, J.J. Odochatai, to come in and translate for Liam. J.J. opens Liam's notebook and finds rap lyrics written in the Irish language, along with a whole strip of acid tabs. J.J. covers for Liam and swipes the notebook after Liam causes a disturbance that forces the other cops to enter. At home, J.J. goes over the lyrics and goes to his garage to add beats to it. Liam talks to a counselor about his experiences with women. He has hooked up with a number of British women, but they get mad when he exclaims, "Our day will come," before climaxing. The one woman who appears to have liked him back is another Irish woman named Georgia, who gets excited by him saying the phrase. JJ later finds Liam and Noishe at an arcade with the proposition of creating music in the Irish language. The boys aren't immediately on board, but eventually come around to it. They get really high and go to JJ's garage to create their first big track. Liam decides to call themselves Kneecap, after the infamous torture method used during the Troubles.
Kneecap? We could take the bell first to clue chaff on you.
The guys book their first gig at a pub. While it isn't a big crowd, the bartender records them on her phone, and soon their music catches on.
Young man.
JJ even overhears some of his students reciting Kneecap's lyrics. However, he tries to keep this part of his life separate from his girlfriend Caitlin, an activist in the campaign for the Irish Language Act, which would officially recognize indigenous language of Northern Ireland. JJ also worries that he could lose his job since the trio's lyrics are vulgar and political. Detective Ellis separately visits JJ and Dolores to warn them about the danger that Kneecap's music will cause.
Remember, I can take it all away from you like that. Come on.
Kneecap starts to book gigs with bigger crowds. JJ starts to wear a balaclava to hide his face and starts going by DJ Provi. The guys get high off ketamine before performing and put on a crazy show while also giving out free drugs to their guests. Liam and Noishe end up catching the attention of a dissident Republican organization, the Radical Republicans Against Drugs. They threaten the boys for selling drugs in their area, leading to a brawl between the five, and Liam and Noishe are overpowered. During one of their shows, Georgia attends after Liam tells her that he is a rapper. JJ moons the audience and has "Brits out" written on his ass. She confronts him after the performance, since she is a Protestant and she finds their lyrics controversial. Georgia tells Liam she never wants to see him again. The guys are approached by a woman working for a radio station with a request for them to create a track to play. The three return to JJ's garage, only to find that it has been burned down. They sneak into the school and quickly record new music. Detective Ellis overhears a noise in her home. She grabs her gun and walks upstairs and opens the door to a room where she finds Georgia having sex with Liam. He runs away, mortified. Later on, the Aradgooms approach Liam and Noish, demanding that they give them their cut of the drug money they earn. The guys await to hear their track on the radio, only to find it replaced by some other music due to the sexual and drug-based lyrics. Dolores protests to the other mothers in the neighborhood, and soon they all start to phone the radio station to complain, which forces them to play Kneecap's song. However, this causes JJ's identity as DJ Provi to become public. After addressing the school board, he is let go from his job, and Caitlin breaks up with him. Despite thinking about leaving the group, JJ decides to stay with Kneecap. Kneecap later gets booked to play a huge show. The crowd eats up their performance, and, after doing a crowd surf, Noish is stunned to see none other than Arlo in attendance. During their next song, the boys play a recording of the Arad leader threatening them as he and his boys are in the crowd. He fires off a gunshot, causing a panic. In the chaos, Liam is arrested by Ellis, and Noish gets caught by the Arad. At the station, Ellis beats Liam repeatedly, revealing herself as the one who bombed the garage, while also angrily demanding that Liam stay away from Georgia. Meanwhile, the Arad goons prepare to shoot Noish until Arlo emerges from the shadows.
Pulling the trigger.
The Arad leader recognizes Arlo as a hero to him, and Arlo insists that he be the one to cap his son. He instead turns the gun on the three goons and forces them to crawl away. Arlo expresses pride in his son's music before letting Noish leave so that he may be arrested. Liam narrates the end as the other characters are seen embracing their Irish culture. Caitlin is still seen campaigning, while Georgia is taking Irish language classes. Dolores finally leaves the house and is seen singing in the pub. Kneecap's music becomes more popular than ever. The ending text states that the Irish Language Act passed in 2022, with the reminder that indigenous languages are lost all over the world. Pictures are shown of Kneecap over the years while their song AOOD plays, ending with a picture of Liam and Noish as kids.